fast, some cars are very fast, some cars are really, 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 really f***ing fast, and then there's the Ford GT. God, this car is fast.
Before we go anywhere, would you just look at this thing? Even in a world of ever faster, ever crazier hypercars, the Aston Martin Valkyrie, AMG Mercedes upcoming Project One, Bugatti Chiron, Ferraris, Porsches, Lamborghinis and Paganis, could it be that 2017's most extreme looking car has been served up by the same people who give us the Fiesta?
Yes, it very much could. Now, the most important thing you need to know about the Ford GT is that it's a racing car first, a road car second.
The GT looks the way it does because this is what works at 200 miles per hour in racing battle. It has a carbon fibre chassis, an incredibly expensive, complicated inboard pushrod suspension setup, adaptive dampers, gigantic Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, and lots and lots and lots of complex aero ducts and gizmos, as well as a vast deployable rear wing. Those floating rear buttresses are my favourite personal detail. Like a great jazz drummer, the GT is defined by the empty spaces and what it doesn't have as much as by what it does have.
You could say the same in here. Connectivity is a word we hear constantly these days, but in the Ford GT, I am delighted to say, the only connectivity that really matters is the one between the car and the driver. This is a seriously sparse interior. There's lots of exposed carbon fibre. It's basically, you can see the chassis. It's amazing. What buttons there are all over the steering wheel. It's supposed to be like a racing car. It does look like a racing car will, only a little bit uglier. And the seat base is actually fixed to the carbon fibre chassis, so that doesn't move. Instead, you get comfortable by adjusting the pedals, and you can't move the backrest. I tell you what, I thought it would be massively cramped in here. I mean, I'm 6'3" and I thought I was going to struggle, but actually, you can get properly comfortable.
Oh, of course, the actual usability of cars like the Ford GT is a moot point.
And here's the revelation. It's actually not bad at all. The 5 different settings for the chassis: that's wet, normal, sport, track, and VMAX.
Those last two are possibly too extreme for the road, certainly VMAX is, but track drops the suspension dramatically from 120mm to 70 and raises that rear wing, which gives you a load more downforce.
This car can do 0 to 62 miles an hour in less than 3 seconds. That's a very elite club, and a top speed of 216 miles an hour. You're not going to argue with that, are you? I've driven most things, and not many things take off with that sort of ferocity. They really don't. And it does have the focus of a racing car without knocking your teeth out over these bumpy roads.
This is an event with a capital E, an entertainment as much as a car, and one of the greatest and rarest. Only 1,000 will be made at a cost of £450,000 a pop, and Ford even vetted potential buyers to weed out speculators, as well as some surprisingly big names.
Those lucky few will get a car of such stunningly sculptural quality, you could put it in the Tate Modern and get away with it. But as good as the Ford GT is to look at, that's nothing compared to what it's like to drive. And I still have the key, and about 60 miles to go to my destination. And there are a few things I just want to double check, so if you don't mind, talk amongst yourselves there.